Oscars are literally tomorrow, so there's no more time to wait. Today I'm ranking every single 2026 Best Animated Feature nominee to see which one actually deserves to win. Number 5. Elio. Elio isn't bad, it's just disappointing. When I saw the first teasers, it looked really interesting. A kid who's abducted by aliens who mistake him for the leader of Earth, but then it turns out to be another story about someone who feels like an outsider. Lately, Pixar is recycling its own and Disney's stories. You're not gonna tell me Luca turning red in Kanto's Strange World and Elio aren't about the same thing. Family struggles and accepting yourself. Pixar used to have the most interesting ideas. They made The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and Monsters Inc., movies that deal with themes no other animated movies have done. And now they just copy-paste and change it up. What is this? A school project? This movie lacks creativity. I mean, the movie's about aliens, and this is the best they come up with? They've made the most boring character designs. Like, I love Glorden, but he's literally just a gray blob. The only character design I like is Questa's design. But not only the character designs are lacking, they could have pushed the world more. Every alien is from a different place, which could be really interesting. But sadly, it's a half-baked idea. If we look at Ghibli movies, the world building is amazing. It's something they're so good at. Disney really isn't anymore. I had the same issue with Strange World. The world just wasn't all that strange. I want Pixar to take more risks, but I suppose that's too much to ask. Now I know I've only been negative so far, and trust me, this movie isn't all that bad. It's just an enjoyable kids movie. The bond between Glorden and Elio is cute, but it's nothing more than that. With that said, even as a kid, I would have much rather watched a movie like Ratatouille, which is both fun and tells a unique and interesting story. Number 4. Zootopia 2. Zootopia 2 is so good as a sequel. This one's really made for the fans. There are so many callbacks and returning characters. It was so much fun to spot them all. Like Finnick pretending to be a baby again, Flash racing in his car, and cameos from Mr. Big, Frou Frou, Bellwether, and Gazelle. And I'm so happy they focused on Judy and Nick's dynamic more. Those two really made the first film for me, and it was no different in this one. I was holding back tears when they told each other they were just too scared to lose each other because no one else in the world matters more to them than each other. The new stuff isn't bad, but it definitely isn't an improvement over the original. The new characters are lacking. Gary doesn't get enough screen time, and Nibbles walks a fine line between being likable and annoying. The side characters are great though, and I was so happy we wouldn't have a Naturalis scene in this film. Wait! Oh, come on! They made a callback to it? Why? But luckily, the villain is a huge improvement. This twist actually works so well. Paubert is the black sheep of the family. They don't treat him with respect and see him as a screw-up. You really feel bad for him and understand his motive to go against them until he injects Judy with snake venom. That twist came out of nowhere and I love it. Paubert will do anything for his father's approval, to the point he becomes an absolute psychopath. I really enjoyed Zootopia 2. It's the perfect sequel for the Zootopia franchise. Even so, I don't think it's as strong as a standalone film. That doesn't really matter for the fans, but ranking it against other movies, it knocks it down a bit. Number 3. Arco. I really like Arco. It has a simple premise. Arco lives in a future with his family who can travel through time by wearing a cape and flying to the past. He really wants to go with them, but he isn't old enough, so he decides to steal his sister's cape and flies to the past, which is still the future for us, by the way. Once there, he loses his gemstone and can't go back to the future without it. He meets Iris, who tries to help him get back. I love how the world building tackles climate change. They have glass domes as protection from the flames outside. Parents who are away at work use holograms to talk to their children while robots take care of them. And the vehicles are so goofy. The characters are what really make the movie for me. Arco and Iris's friendship is so cute. The three men who stole the gemstone are so funny. They're obsessed with finding Arco because they saw a time traveler when they were younger, but no one believed them. And I love their outfits. They really suit them. But my absolute favorite character is Mickey. He really cares about the kids and tries his best to save them. The scene in the cave broke my heart. Mickey sacrifices himself to save the kids from the flames. He lasers his memories of Arco, Iris, and her sibling on the wall. Then Mickey passes. I was holding back tears since I was in the movie theaters and I didn't want to leave with puffy red eyes. Mickey is the real hero of the story. Not only did he save them, but Arco's family saw the cave drawings and finally found him. Number 2. Little Amelie or the Character of Rain. Little Amelie or the Character of Rain is an interesting story about a girl Amelie who thinks she's a god. It's about a Japanese folk belief that children are gods until the age of 3, and when they turn 3, they become just like any other human. This is Amelie's journey of realizing she isn't a god. It's based on an autobiography by Emily No Thumb, which I haven't read, by the way. And I'm gonna be honest with you, something about it feels uncanny. Amelie is only 2 years old, but she thinks like an adult throughout the movie. Later on, she starts saying things like, "Would I have liked it if I hadn't been saved?" when she almost drowned. By the end of the film, she actually attempts to take her own life. This was really shocking to me, and I didn't know how to feel about the movie as a whole. And you know what? I still have no clue how I feel about it. It kind of makes me want to rewatch the movie though. I like that it makes me think even after watching it, because I don't have that with most movies. With that said, I really like Amelie's journey of realization. She learns a lot about family, friendship, loss, disappointment, and identity throughout it. I love seeing the dynamic between Amelie and her family. It's so sweet to see them being so happy about her saying their names for the first time. Amelie doesn't understand why it makes them happy, but she says it anyway because she can tell how much it means to them. She doesn't say her brother's name though because he's always teasing her. But that makes the moment where she finally says it extra special. No matter how unpredictable Amelie can be, you can tell her family loves her. But Amelie's bond with Nishio-san is my favorite part. Nishio-san showing Amelie the books, the spinning tops, the carps, the Open Festival, every scene stands out. It's the little moments that make it so great, and the animation really helps with that. Cause let's be honest, the animation is amazing. It really suits the movie and looks absolutely stunning. You can easily tell it's an indie film though, not because the quality is bad, but because big companies would never use this animation style, which is such a shame in my opinion. Number 1. K-pop Demon Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters showed us how it's done. I would be lying if I said K-pop Demon Hunters wasn't right up my alley. Great songs, anime influences, romance, and fun characters. I love it. It's a feel-good movie that you could rewatch endlessly. But at the same time, if this movie isn't your cup of tea, I could see how you'd find it cheesy. It has a bunch of cliches, the liar reveal trope, a K-drama type of romance, and the plot isn't anything we haven't seen before either. But that's the movie's strength. Sony is really good at making movies with plots we've seen before, but they add so much creativity that it feels new. K-pop Demon Hunters has this, but Spider-Verse and Mitchell's vs. the Machines have it as well, which makes the movies feel both familiar and new. Everything about K-pop Demon Hunters is stylized. I love the character designs and their personalities. Finally, a movie that understands how women act. I swear, if I see one more forced girl boss movie, I'm gonna lose it. Also, I love the animation style. It has the best parts of Spider-Verse, but where Spider-Verse uses comic book influences, K-pop Demon Hunters uses anime influences. I especially love the Popcorn Eyes animation, and oh my god, the songs are so good. My favorite one is How It's Done. K-pop Demon Hunters knows exactly who its audience is, and the movie is absolutely perfect for them. That's the problem with most animated movies nowadays. They want to appeal to everyone, and with that, appeal to no one. That's why Elio flopped and K-pop Demon Hunters blew up. K-pop Demon Hunters was definitely my favorite animated movie of the year. But honestly, I would love to see Arco or Little Amelie or the Character of Rain win the Oscar, because those are great movies that deserve more recognition.